Alright, so let's start into the next section of tools, which we do a lot of coloring with. And so let's see, the first one is the mesh tool. And what you can do is you can create a shape like this, and you can use the mesh tool and click on it and create different guides. But that's never worked really well for me. So instead of doing it this way, I want to do it this way. Undo, back to the circle, and instead of using the mesh tool, I'm going to go Object, Create Gradient Mesh, and then this gives me more control over the separations, and they're even, and we can do flat to center to edge or flat. I'm going to go with flat and click OK. And then let's fill this with a color. Let's say it's going to make it a red ball, and we can come back in here and click off to the side, take my direct select tool, and make sure that all your selection tools are white. All your handles are white right here, and I'm going to grab this anchor point right here and add some white to it, and that kind of creates a highlight in the ball. And then I can come over here and select, holding the shift key down, these handles down here, and add some dark like that. Looks like it may need some more right here, so let's grab that and add dark to that, and maybe grab that and grab that, and maybe something that's not as dark, so we can click on it with that and then double click over here and then bring this out a little bit and click OK. There's more of a general transition there as opposed to a harsh transition. And so that kind of creates a 3D looking ball. Now I can create a drop shadow. I'm going to make this white and then go to Object and Gradient Mesh, and let's go for click OK, and I'm going to have this guy right here, these two guys right here, be dark gray. So I'm going to come down here and choose this gray right here, and then I can choose the points around that dark gray. So this one right here, 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 and go with a lighter gray. Okay, so I'm thinking that this, I need this and this to be that lighter gray as well. So let's go maybe lighter, even more. There we go. And so this kind of gives us this whole feel of, oop, it's in front of it. I'm going to go Object, Arrange, Send to Back, and kind of gives us the idea of a ball casting a shadow. So that's Gradient Mesh. I'm going to select all and hit Delete. Next thing is the Gradient tool, and so let's bring another circle out here, and let's come in here with the Gradient tool, and we're just going to double click inside this. And right now, if we go over to the Gradient control panel over here in the panels, I don't see it, so let's go Window and Gradient. Here it is right here. And we can do things to it. We can start out with it going from black, or ending in black and starting with white. And right now it says radial. We can do linear, So here's linear, and within this, I'll move this out of the way a little bit. We can move this around. We can shorten the gradient like this. But the linear doesn't work well with the ball, so we can go radial and then kind of move this circle around, and you can see that that dotted line is where the transition happens. And you can also come in here and use these sliders to make more of a highlight, or you can use this and move this way or that way. You can go to the gradient tool over here and add more color. Say if I want to drop a red there, it kind of looks wacky. Let's if you want to delete this, you can pull this out and drag this over. Let's bring a dark red over on top of this one. There we go. And see if there's a lighter red. Let's try this one. See how this looks as you click and drag. Like that. So that's the gradient tool. Next is the Eyedropper tool, and I like the Eyedropper tool to kind of give me color options. Now this is set to gradient. I'm going to click over here and go back to the default fill and stroke and then create another circle, and I'm going to just grab a few circles here, and instead of coming and using some of the preset colors here, I also like to add my own colors. So if I am doing something, say a beach scene, I can go online and use a photo or an illustration to grab colors off of that photo or illustration and apply them to shapes in Illustrator. So I'm going to go File and Place, and on my desktop there is here it is, Place. You can see this beach scene. I don't care if I'm distorting it out of proportion, but I'm just showing you the colors. So if I want to like take this, I want to use the green on the beach, I can do that. I can take this and use the sky. Take this and use the ocean. And I can take this and I can use the sand color. That just enables me to use colors that are out there that may not be in the swatches that are here now. And then finally the blend tool. So if I take a circle and I take, say, a rectangle and change the rectangle to red, and I select these two items, and then I go and click on one point and click on another point. It creates this blend, and within this blend we could also change the blend. You go to Object, Blend. Now this is what we just did. We just made a blend, so this is another way to make a blend. You can go into Blend Options, and right now it's going to smooth color, but we could go to specific steps, and I could, well, let's hit Preview and show you what it looks like when we add steps to the blend. Or we could do a specific distance. Okay, that's the blend tool.